Good afternoon. It is yet another time for the Younib TV News at 1 with me, Peninah Wachera. It is quite cold here in Nairobi following rains that have pounded most part of the city for the better part of Thursday morning. That aside, we have a lot more lined up for you, including a fight between two women lawmakers in Parliament building. Let's go straight to the highlights.
Public health events across the country. We have cholera outbreak in a number of counties, including Migori, Kisumu, and Nairobi counties.
Allow me to also express disappointment by those who took advantage of the unfortunate incident and decided to record and share with the public one of my lowest moments in life.
The contractor of that particular site, the engineer, the architect, were involved in any other work in Mombasa, stand suspended. All the county government building inspectors, by being entrusted that they're the ones who went to the ground, until the verification is confirmed that what they signed is what is actually on the ground, they are to be sent on compulsory leave.
For us to end the issues of collapse, it's important that all people who are culpable are punished.
Mnajifanya hapa wadogo mmepewa kitu kidogo. Hapa hakuna mtu wa kutisha. Hapa hakuna wa kutisha. Ni nyinyi mtajiondoa, mkutano wa kina mama, mtii ama mjiondoe na hakuna mama.
We also must think about what works best for us. And we can then have a conversation of equals at some point.
All right. Following a violent fight with MP Harun, who is a nominated ODM lawmaker, Yala MP Falhada Iman was given a 90-day ban from Parliament premises. Moses Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly, denounced Harun's behavior and charged her of abusing the privileges accorded to former MP and Yala members. Speaker Moses Wetangula further directed her to provide a written apology to the public.
I wish to inform the House that I'm in receipt of an incident report from the Chief Sergeant at Arms through the Clerk of the National Assembly regarding a violent altercation that occurred within the precincts of Parliament yesterday, Tuesday, 8th April 2025. Falhada is forthwith precluded from accessing the precincts of Parliament, Parliament buildings and facilities for a period of 90 days, save on the day and time when she will deliver her written explanation to the Speaker, in which case she must be escorted by Sergeant at Arms.
In our conversation, I inquired from Honorable Falhada about incidences where she had personally attacked me and abused me in public forums and social media, as well as extending her verbal insults to my extended family. I was seeking audience with her to find a truth, not anticipating that she would throw a cup of tea at me, an incident that blindsided me. I sincerely apologize to this House and the public for the incident and regret yesterday's event.
I also confirm that immediately after the incident, about 1 hour thereafter, the Honorable Mulher sent to the Speaker a message of regret and apology for the indignity visited on the House of Parliament with that incident.
Allow me to also express disappointment by those who took advantage of the unfortunate incident and decided to record and share with the public one of my lowest moments in life.
In other news, the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in collaboration with the World Chambers of Federation, hosted the World Chamber Federation Summit in Nairobi on Wednesday, bringing together business executives from over 70 nations. The meeting takes place as global volatility rises due to protectionist measures in key economies. President William Ruto, who was present during the inauguration ceremony, urged the continental leaders to operate in a way that benefits the nations.
Of intensifying global disruption and uncertainty. Even as other mechanisms are being rolled out by others to do what they think works best for them, we also must think about what works best for us. And we can then have a conversation of equals at some point.
Against this backdrop, we see an opportunity for Africa to play an important leadership role in revitalizing global trading system.
The Kenya National Chambers of Commerce and Trade and Intelligence Unit provides operational insights that transform advocacy for hearsay to evidence-based practical steps. We, as the African Chambers today, is that in the end of the two is to propose at the African Chamber of Commerce and Industry that we propose a permanent seat of the Chambers of Commerce at the African Union and institutional representation in the African Continental Trade Area. And I hope, Your Excellency, when you meet your peers at African Union, this is what we are going to present during your next meeting.
Chaos rocked a funeral in Kirinyaga County as irate residents formed Madhira Member of Parliament to cut short his speech and scamper for safety. Wamombi, who is President Ruto's ally, is said to have spewed attacks on former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Also, in the showdown, the legislator disregarded the clergy's request of no politicizing during the funeral service and instead went ahead to accuse Gachagua of neglecting the deceased. Anne Wanjiru, who actively took part in Kenya Kwanza campaigns,
Rigathi Gachagua hajasaidia huyu nchi ya nini? Na kama amesaidia akuja aseme hapa amemsaidia na nini? Rigathi Gachagua ametulia huyu mama na hajamsaidia na kitu.
Kwamba wakati tulikuja hapa tulikuwa tumekubaliana zote, tukaambiwa na mpaka viongozi wa kanisa kasisi kwamba hakuna kuongea siasa na kila mtu akapewa nafasi ya kuongea. Sisi tuliongea, tukapeana rambirambi zetu, tukakaa. Lakini sasa umbaya ni kwamba wakati Mheshimiwa Mumbi alipata nafasi ya kuongea, yeye akachukua hiyo nafasi kuanza kutusi watu, ndio aliambiwa sasa na umma na wakazi wa Kirinyaga kwanza akaambiwa keti chini, kwa sababu hapa Kirinyaga tunakuanga na maadili.
Tumeona pia alikuwa amekuja na basi 10, sitting capacity ya watu 50. Kwa hivyo alikuwa amekuja na watu 50 kwenye mazishi. Niulize viongozi 500 kwenye mazishi. Niulize viongozi, jamani, itakuwaje ya kwamba sasa hata kwenye mazishi tunakuja na msululu wa watu ili tuweze kupigiwa makofi?
Ninyi mnajifanya hapo wadogo wadogo, mmepewa kitu kidogo. Hapa hakuna mtu wa kutisha. Hapa hakuna wa kutisha. Ni nyinyi mtajiondoa, mkutano na wakina mama, mtii ama mjiondoe, na hakuna mambo mawili.
The Kenya Defence Forces conducted a groundbreaking operation on Wednesday afternoon to bring down an 11-story building in Mombasa in a controlled demolition, the first of its kind in the nation. The demolition took place at Kilifi Corner after the building started to sink and tilt last week, posing a serious risk to public safety. Tragically, one fatality was confirmed after the first floor collapsed a week ago. In response, the county government suspended the inspectors involved in the project and promised that Coast General Hospital would reopen on Friday.
Iliweza kuumia peke yake ni nyumba iliyoweza kugusana na mume ambaye kwamba jina lake anaitwa Yusuf Ali Abdi. Alikuwa katika jumba lile, na baada madakika kuingia katika jumba lile ndio jumba likawa lenye kuanguka.
Mwanzo county government, police, kila mtu tuendelee, maisha yaendelee mbele bwana. Ukija Nairobi bwana, magorofa zinaanguka juu ya watu na tunatoa maiti. Si jameni, simuone hata hakuna maiti, tushukuru Mungu. But hii mambo ya kushikanisha na nini isikue ni sababu ati mtu amefanya deliberate jameni. So kama ni kushikwa, niko tayari nishikwe. Nitapambana bwana. If there's any neighbor which we need to talk, if it's really aggrieved or this thing, let us talk in humanitarian, because tayari mandugu zangu wako hospitali. Mtu kama ameumia ni wale developers ambao hawana hati.
They've been approved for 6 floors, then was extended for 11 floors. There were works that happened in this building without the supervision of an engineer. Then after the project was complete, a soak pit was dug inside the building, compromising the foundation and compromising the soils where the building sits.
I don't want any threats from any institution of government. This was not due to structural inadequacy, but rather an unexpected geotechnical shift in the act of God, beyond human foresight and control.
The contractor of that particular site, the engineer, the architect, were involved in any other work in Mombasa, stand suspended. All the county government building inspectors, by being entrusted that they are the ones who went to the ground, until the verification is confirmed that what they signed is what is actually on the ground, they are to be sent on compulsory leave.
For us to end the issues of collapse, it's important that all people who are culpable are punished.
We are going for a short break and we'll be back with more news updates. Welcome back. During the ODM grassroots poll in Kisumu County, one person was detained by police in Nyakach for carrying a tear gas canister and crude weapons. The individual is said to have attempted to enter the Kodigo's chief's camp, where he was ambushed by members of the public and 4 of his companions fled. In most regions of the nation, however, the grassroots election, which has now made an entry to day 3, were calm.
Competition just comes, but at the same time, everybody cannot be a winner. We'll work with all the officials to ensure that ODM moves from strength to strength.
Tutawavunga mikono viongozi wote wa ODM, tutaeneza injili ya ODM, tutatangaza kwa vijana na wazee.
ODM imekuwa chini sana kwa sababu wenye walikuwa na uongozi hawakufanya uongozi nzuri. So ndio nikakaa na watu wa Bonchari nikawaambia sasa mimi nataka kuanzisha hii chama ya ODM ikuwe strong in Bonchari.
As part of the country's continuous reaction to the cholera outbreak, which has already claimed 6 lives and resulted in 97 cases reported so far, the Ministry of Health has increased surveillance. The counties most impacted are Nairobi, Kisumu, and Migori. In the breakdown, Migori County has recorded 53 cases and 1 death. Kisumu County has 32 cases and 1 death. And lastly, Nairobi has 12 cases. This is in accordance to CS Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale.
Public health events across the country. We have cholera outbreak in a number of counties, including Migori, Kisumu, and Nairobi counties. As at today, we have 97 cholera cases, and we have also seen deaths of the same, whereby in Migori, we have 1 person who has died out of that. Kisumu, we have 4 people who have died. And in Nairobi, we also have another person who has died. And we also have people who are on observation. Should you feel unwell, I am asking the members of public to go to hospital. Whichever way, you must be able to go to a health facility if you're feeling unwell. I'm also asking the public to practice high levels of hygiene, frequent hand washing, use soap and water. Ensure that you're drinking treated water or boiled water. Ensure that you separate raw and cooked food at any given time. Ensure that the storage of your food is at the highest level of hygiene.
On to sports news. St. Luke Kiminini, the Western Region's boys handball champions, advanced to the semi-finals by winning their 2 group stage matches and are poised to defend their championship. The Butere girls, the reigning champions in girls basketball, also granted their spot in the semi-finals. The games have entered the second part in Mombasa and are largely supported by the Brookside Kenya Secondary Schools Association Term 1 games.
Kaa shule hatujaenda hata nyumbani, ni mazoezi tu. Kwa vile sisi tumekuja mahali hapa, tunakuja na roho ya ushindi. Tunaamini kwamba tukiingia kwa uwanja ni hiyo kikombe, hiyo trophy yani.
Shukuru Mungu kwa kufight, kutuwezesha na kufikia mahali tumefika. Na matumaini pia game ya kesho kwa mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu tutawini.
We promise ourselves to become the best in the group stage. We're going to work hard. We go with the mental strength and the other things we've been learning about.
This is our 4th appearance at the Nationals, and the goal has always been to win the Nationals, and we've always fallen short, but this year we're keen to go to to penetrate, to win the Nationals and hopefully appear at the East African Championship.
You've seen that some of the teams have started falling by the wayside, but like we have said as sponsors, the mere fact that all these teams made it to the National is a clear sign of triumph. They have already won by the mere fact that they made it to the National, and we are very proud of them.
Well, that brings us to the end of Younib TV News at 1. And before I go, reports reaching our desk is that students participating in the drama festivals in Nakuru County have boycotted their performance in solidarity with their colleagues from Butere Girls, who decry intimidation from the authorities following their play titled Echoes of War, which is said to be criticizing the Ruto administration. Stay tuned for a detailed report concerning that story on our next bulletin. My name is Peninah Wachera, and have yourselves a beautiful afternoon.